Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. This is an unboxing video of the wrong box. Let me explain. I was expecting some pots and I was literally out watering. The fans were on and I saw Postman Pat walk away and I thought, I wonder if I can catch him, and I went out and he'd already left the card to say he'd put the package next door. They happen to be in. It's normally the other way round. Their packages come here. Anyway, because I thought it was pots, I thought I'll go and get it later, or they might pop round. I didn't take much notice of it, and I must admit I completely forgot that this package was coming. Anyway, next door popped round, tapped on the door and said, here's your package. And I thought, right, pots. And I nearly left it till the morning. And then I sort of had a look at a few of the markings on the box and I thought, well, that's not where I ordered the pots from. And then it suddenly dawned on me there was some plants due. So that's what we've got here. Oh, I've had me tea and sat down all comfortable for the evening. I wasn't expecting to do an unboxing video. Now these have come from, excuse me, Marc De Bra from Belgium. His YouTube channel is Toekie World, I think it's called. Anyway, what have we got? It's handwritten. I can't guarantee I can read this. That's why I always use my printer. Since my printer gave up, a handwritten message. Ah, that explains handwriting. My writing is atrocious. If I tried handwriting a letter, nobody would read it. Probably not even me. In the box you will find 2 packets, each containing 2 smaller packets, so 4 in total. So we've got one there and one there. So far so good. 2 packages. Right, what else have we got? The green packet contains plants. Sorry, hang on, stop it. The green packet plants are the promised Dendrobium nobile cross and a small division of one of my, I can't read that, something dendrobium that fell off while potting. It will easily shoot and root in your growing room. We shall see. I just put it on a small mount with sphagnum moss for transport this Sunday, but you can grow it on the mount, on it. Second packet contains, I hope that doesn't say 9 plants and says 2 plants. I think that says 2. Contains 2 plants in flower, so be careful when removing the packaging. It's a lot to save the flower spikes. I handpicked these at the nursery here in Belgium. I hope you like what you get. Thanks for keeping us all interested in the orchid hobby. Keep on doing what you do. I've got no plans on stopping. Right. That's the one with the blooms on. We'll do that last. I haven't got a clue what's in there. And quite honestly, I haven't really got a clue what I've got here. Not without going and looking at emails and things, which the computer's not on, so that would take time. Right. Package number 1. Package number 2. An absolute great delight, because it's not full of packing peanuts. Yay! Right, let's get over a bit. Does my camera, is it still on camera? Yes. Oh, and by the way, I've just leant forward. If perchance you catch a glimpse of me in the video, yes, I've had my hair cut. Well, actually I haven't. I've had my ears lowered. I didn't have my hair cut at all. I've just had my ears lowered. It's an annual event. Takes a bit of organising. I have to book scaffolding and get some pillow stuffers on standby and all sorts of things, but it all comes down to my daughter, who was coming to the 60th anniversary show with me, and she said, Dad, I'd rather not go with somebody that looks like a homeless hippie, so can we do something about your hair? So my daughter cut it. So any adverse comments will not be appreciated. Right, what have we got here? What we have here is Dendrobium Lucky Girl that's about to fall out of its pot, so I'm being very careful. It's very, very loose in its pot. Very loose. Right, what I'm just going to do is just gently push that back in so that it stands upright. That media feels quite dry, but not bone dry. but the leaves are a little limp, so it does need some water. And that is Dendrobium Lucky Girl crossed with Coronal Petite. Right, that's a nice little plant actually. It's got new growths coming, several, and a reasonable root system, no problem with that. You should have seen the Miltoniopsis root systems. Right, so that's one. That's a nobly of some sort. I will have a go at looking that up on the internet. The fact that it hasn't got a name, it's probably an unregistered cross, but nonetheless, even if I can't find that cross, I can certainly find the two that went into it. You can have a guess at what they might look like. So what have we got in here? What we've got in here is what we've got in here is something that looks like my steak comes in. No, I don't live off steak. I'm going to cut back on the old red meat. Not that I eat a lot of it, but... Right, so that's got a name. It's a very, very small plant. Not too dry. And what we've got in here is... It says Dendrobium, it looks like Fan King Shanhensi. I shall have to look that up because that may be a spelling related issue. Comes from China apparently. Again, leaves are a little bit limp, but not bad. Not bad. That's nothing more than if I'd missed watering for a day. Right, so that's those two. Now we've got to start going a bit careful because apparently we got flower spikes. They're never that easy to transport with spikes, they're really not. I mean, I've tried in the past, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. You just have to do what you can to try and wrap them in such a way that they're not getting squashed and they've got a bit of space around them. And that's all you can do, you know. And then if Postman Pat decides to chuck it around, they can get squashed. Right. We've got 2 pots in there, as described. One, 2. These are nicely packaged, I must admit. There's a bit of thought gone into this. Whoops. I said go in there. I didn't say anything about leaping out again as soon as I looked away. Right. Now what have we got? All this open now. Actually, I can get my hand in there. There's nothing. Oh, we do have flowers. Goodness knows what the plant is. I should be able to just gently pull that out without anything getting stuck anywhere. Steak. Right, let's be gentle now. Luckily this is tissue and it tears incredibly easy. Oh, it's a sarcochilus, and it's a yellowy cream one. These are not easy to come by. Seriously, I had a discussion at the Wessex Orchid Society meeting because quite a few members there, I wasn't involved, but they actually took some flasks on of crosses. And they were unregistered, sort of unnamed crosses, so nobody really knew what the blooms were going to look like. But some of them, in some of the care of the members, are just about coming into bloom now, there was one that was absolutely stunning. It was a mid to deep red all over. No patterning, just red. Now that's quite unusual. That is marvellous. That's come from a Kearns Orchids, not my favourite place, but that's historical. And what we've got here is a nice little plant. Where's my camera? Nice little plant with a new plant starting. So that's already better than the one I've got, because it's now got a new, I'm not going to call that a kiki, because this plant forms a clump. Yeah, that's not the same, strictly speaking, as a kiki. So I call them plantlets. But whatever it is, it's got one. Whatever you want to call it. And has it got a name? It's called Amber Yellow Glow, crossed with Culnura Kaleidoscope Full Arch. If these names get much longer, you're going to have to take 2 breaths to be able to say them. That is delightful. That is gorgeous, and I've still got a bud to come on that. Wow. I hate to say it, but I got a feeling this is another one, so that'll be wow wow. Sounds like a dog now, doesn't it? Wow 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 wow. But double wow. I was thinking of looking into getting some sarcochilus, because I quite like the one I've got that I had no idea what I was going to get. It was a plant that was a gift, and I didn't even bother looking it up to see what it looked like. I thought, well, if it blooms, and we'll have a look at it when it blooms. And it did. And I quite like them. So I did sort of say, I think on a video not that long ago, that I might look into getting a few more. So I can see where the bloom is. I'm trying to sort of tear this around it so that I can lift it off. I don't believe it. Are you psychic? Can you read my mind? I've just said about a really unusual one being virtually all red, and I open the packet and we've got one that's virtually all red. Because if you can read my mind, you ought to be on the stage. You learn a lot more than messing about with YouTube, that's for sure. So again, a sarcochilus, and we have Culnura, I've just said that word, I'm sure that was on that one, Culnura Fancy Red Edge Early, crossed with Culnura Fire Mist on Arch. Who thinks this stuff up? And what we have here is on the front of the bloom a pinky red colour. It's difficult to say in this light. As I say, it's starting to get dark outside now. It's quite late in the evening. But looking at the back of the blooms, they've got a totally different patterning and colour. So that's quite good. And as a plant, what we've got is 1, 2, at least 3 plantlets and a bloom coming off the oldest fan. That's quite a mature little plant. They don't have to be big to be mature. They have to be blooming size. That's absolutely stunning. Well, I don't have to go out looking for sarcochilus now, do I? Because I've got 2. That is absolutely superb. And whether you read my mind or not, you've just picked on 2 of the colours I'd have been looking for. The yellow ones are not easy to find. It's based on the fact I think there's only one species that's got yellow in it, and certainly not many. Most of them are white with red bits on. Anyway, we've got 2 lovely sarcochilus. We've got a little mounted thingy. What was it? It's a dendrobium of some sort. I'm going to have to look that up. But it's from China originally, so that's nice. That's to grow on, obviously, given time. And then we have a nobly type that just needs securing in its pot, basically. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that media. It's not breaking down or anything. It's just a little bit loose, and I would want it in a clear pot anyway, so I will actually just gently lift that out, shake off the old media. There's no need to go mad. I don't think it's not breaking down or anything. It feels fine. And then just stick it in a clear pot so that I can see what's going on. As for the two sarcochilus, I'm not sure. Certainly one of them is absolutely covered in moss over the top. Now, under normal circumstances, that means it's been in there a long time. That doesn't mean to say the media's gone. It could have just been being grown in a very, very damp environment. Anyway, 3 lovely new plants. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. It's appreciated. What I do on YouTube, I treat as my job. Yeah? Growing my orchids is my hobby. Whether I had a camera or not, I would do that anyway. But once I started thinking about filming on YouTube and actually posting videos, it eventually got to the point where I had enough people following me that I could actually earn a bit of money from it. So I now think of the video side of life as my job. So I get up in the morning and I do some things to do with my work, which is the video side of life. And every now and again I get a day off from my hobby because there's nothing to water. But that's how I differentiate between the two. I would have done the videos anyway, quite honestly. I started doing them with no intention of going down the monetization road. And then I looked at it and I thought, well, why not? At the end of the day, I'm not going to change what I do. I'm not going to suddenly develop a different style for my videos. I'm just going to carry on as I always have. People will either enjoy it or they'll go somewhere else. And quite honestly, I'm happy with people making those choices. I'm not changing the way I do my videos. They do vary a bit now and again. Yeah, thank you very much, Mark. Well appreciated. Despite being very late in the evening, it's starting to get dark now. As I said, in my mind I was thinking this was my flower pots I was expecting, and I'd sort of forgotten that this was coming, which is outrageous really. But anyway, 4 new plants to look into, do a bit of searching on the internet, but not tonight. This is sitting down, falling asleep in front of the telly time, this is. Anyway, thanks for dropping by, and this video is being filmed quite late in the evening. It's not going to get processed and posted until tomorrow, and today is Wednesday, I think. Yeah, so this will probably get posted Thursday morning once I get up, get my coffees down my neck, get me bleary eyes rubbed clean, and get going in the morning about my business, which is my YouTube stuff, my job. And that's what I do mainly in the mornings. And then we'll get on and look after the orchids, which is my hobby. See you next time. Bye for now.